Hi everybody, hi y'all, it's Kimberly here. I'm doing another installment of my financial series, and this one is about what is a credit agency and what is my credit score and the importance of it. A credit agency is an organization that compiles data that's used to show your financial behavior, like how you pay your bills, if you pay them on time, if you're late. They also have a lot of other factors like the account name and how much you owe and how much debt you have. Like if you have a lot of debt to pay on credit cards compared to your house or a car, there's other debt that is considered a little bit like a house and a car are pretty much the most important thing that you're going to pay on. Other things are going to be auxiliary, like credit cards and credit accounts for furniture or clothing or something else like that. That's going to be looked at secondarily. But your house and your car, that's pretty much the main thing that you're going to be paying on. The other, like I say, auxiliary things, accounts like that, are going to be, it shows the behavior of how much you spend. Like if you buy a lot of shoes, you have a lot of credit card debt, and you're charging just random stuff on credit cards, and you're racking up a lot of debt, it shows your behavior, and it shows loan officers, people who want to look at your credit for if you're applying for a car or other credit cards, they can look at it and they can determine, your risk or the way your worthiness or your risk, the way that you pay your bills, and whether you're, a good candidate for them extending credit to you. And your credit score is a three-digit numerical number that they assign, compiled from all the compiled data. They have a little formula that they kind of added up, and there's three main credit agencies, and their names are Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Those are the three main ones. They're nationwide. There's other smaller ones, but I don't even know what they are. But these are the three main ones that when you go to look or apply for a car loan or get a house, or credit card companies, when you fill out the application online or whatever, they'll pull your credit up, and these are the three main ones that they look at. And it will show how you pay your bills, like I said, all the other factors, and it also shows, like if you're paying late fees on an account, if you're constantly late and you're paying $25 or $35 late fee and then compiled interest, it shows that you don't manage your money very well, so you kind of have to keep control of things like that. And getting an app like Credit Karma or Credit Sesame, I have Credit Karma, not being endorsed or anything, but that's just the one that I happen to use. It's the only one I've ever used. Don't know anything about the others, but there's several others. You see they come up on your phone all the time, all the advertisements, and on TV they have them, and I would get one of those because it really does help you maintain your, or it gives you a look at how you spend your money and how you pay your bills. And it shows, how much you owe on each account, the name, and, you can determine each month, I've got a lot on credit, maybe I shouldn't get this, or, if I can pay this account off, then I can trade my car in and get a better car, or something like that. You can really use that. It's a really good tool to use, and it just helps you maintain, your credit viability, just looking at it, and through your own analysis, you just look at it, and, you have to make decisions, smart decisions about, gosh, I owe $20,000 in credit card fees, maybe I shouldn't buy that Mercedes. Kind of, it makes you think, when you can see it yourself, because I think it was before 1970, people didn't have access to their credit records. Only the institutions or the bank loans or whatever you went to go apply for, they could only look at your credit history, your credit reports, and people didn't have access to it. But with this, it's the Fair Credit Reporting Act, I believe. I want to say it was that. And it allows you to get one free credit report per year. But if you get that app, you can check it every day. You can look at your credit. You can watch it go up and down. And it's going to go up and down. It's going to go, up a few points every time you make a payment. And then It's cyclical every month. Whenever your payments are due, it's going to show that you owe debt. But once you make those payments, it goes right back up. So don't freak out if it drops down 5 or 10, 15 points. Now, if you're applying for like 5 or 6 credit cards all in 1 week, yeah, you're going to take a hit. It's probably, there's a soft pull and a hard pull. And a soft pull, I think it has a little less information, and it doesn't nick your credit as bad as a hard pull. A hard pull, they go more in depth, looking at you and your financial behaviors, the way you pay your bills. And that will put a ding. If you apply for 5 credit cards, it could bring your credit history, your credit score down 40 or 50 points. So if you're going to do that, don't apply for all of them all in 1 week. Apply for one week and wait till the next week. Just kind of rotate it around and pay, a bill here and there. And it kind of manages to, float out. It'll even out. And the 3 main credit agencies are Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. And those are nationwide. Anytime you go to a bank or car loan or anywhere you apply for credit, those are the 3 main ones that they check in the U.S. They have others in other countries, and I don't know what they are. They have different names, but in the U.S., those are the 3 main ones. And if you, the numbers may not be the same if you look at one, like if you're looking at Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion, they might have a little bit different number. They have different ways that they calculate the numbers. They're all different, 3 separate entities. They're not connected in any way. They, tabulate their own number according to the factors before, how you pay and how much you owe and stuff like that. And they have percentages, and they add it up in this little formula, and then they spread out this number. And it's, usually they're within, I'd say, 10 to 20 points of each other. So it's not a big deal if one of them is a little bit further down. It's just they may be a little bit more stringent on certain things. And it's just, you kind of keep it in between. They have different categories like poor, bad, fair, good, excellent. I don't know the numbers offhand. I could probably do another video on that. But the poor, bad, I've been there several times. I know from my personal experience. I think it's like 350 or 300, and then it goes up to like 500 or 600, or it's different for each one. And the highest, I think it's like 850. I don't know if it goes any higher than that. I don't know. I haven't been over that number, so I don't know. But that would be pretty high. If you have that number, you're excellent. You got great credit. Don't worry about it. And the late fees, if you're paying a late fee on a bill and you're doing that every single time, you're racking up the late fees, and it shows on your credit history, and then you're going to be paying interest on it. And they're going to see your behavior that, you're not managing your money very well. So try not to rack up so many late fees. And if you have a grace period, try to pay it within that grace period. And it makes you look, like you're trying to keep your bills paid in line and not wasting money. Because that's a big factor, too. Sometimes when they look at, if you're late one time, you can be denied a loan. So you kind of have to, be very careful about making sure your payments are on time. And just don't worry about if it's fluctuating up and down. A lot of people freak out and get, oh, my score dropped 10 points. It's cyclical. It's going to drop a few points when your bills are due, and then you pay them. That's fine. And just keep up with them and pay them regular. Pay the amount that you owe. And if you can pay a little extra, you can pay that loan off early, and you can save on the interest. The interest rate will not go down, but the amount of interest that you pay over the loan can be a lot. If you pay an extra $40 or $50 on a car loan for a couple of years, you could knock off the last 4 or 5 payments. That's $1,000 or more, or who knows, or how much your payment is. 6 months worth of payments, you save that interest on that. It can be, if you have an expensive car with high interest, you could be saving $1,000 or more. Well, just pay your bills on time and use a credit app or check on your credit, however you want to do it. You can get the credit report. You can get one free per year, but I use a credit app and I check it regularly, and it kind of helps you pay your bills and it helps you keep a watch on how you're paying them. And that's probably the best way to keep your credit up, is when when you're looking at it and oh, you can see it, gosh, I have this whole list, I owe this and this much, it looks a little daunting, you see all your bills on paper, and it's reported to anybody who has a business license. Any business that's a legitimate business, or anybody that can give you credit, like a sole proprietor, if it's a contractor working on your house, or you get credit, you're getting the plumbing or the electrical or whatever, and you financed it with them, they can report it to the credit agency. If you don't pay on those accounts, it makes you look bad. It makes you look like you don't pay your bills. So that's one of the main things. Just pay your bills, pay them on time, and if you can, try to pay a little extra. Well, I hope this helps people. I'm going to do another, let me see, I'm going to do one on bankruptcy. My next series, or little video in this series, will be on bankruptcy. And I have actual, personal experience with that, and I can tell you a lot, and I can tell you how the experience was. And if you're considering that, if you're thinking about that, you might want to watch this video first, because I have some little points and things that I'll tell you what happened to me, my experience, and just pay your bills, pay them on time. Okay, thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you so much, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.